the sudden appearance of Elijah. 1 Kings chapter 18, verse 8, verse 11, and verse 14. Behold, Elijah is here. The sudden appearance of Elijah after 3.5 years was startling. 3 times we read these words, behold, Elijah is here. Here is God's calendar. Ahab for 3 years wanted to force the time of his appearing, but all his royal power was useless. God's man only moves in God's time. God sets his own calendar. Here in God's calendar. But it's a here in God's command. God ruled Elijah, not Ahab or circumstances. Only when the heavenly command comes can God's man show himself. Thirdly, here to deliver God's condemnation. The message of Elijah was total condemnation of the apostasy of Baal. Elijah was no trimmer. His was a message of death unto death, as well as life unto life. But it is also the issue of God's challenge. The issue was clean cut. It was Jehovah or Baal. It was white or black. There were no grays. It was also a here to seek God's conflagration. The fire of alone became the confirming seal that the Lord sent the fire. And lastly, sixthly, it is the here to establish God's control. There must be no appeasement of apostasy. Slay them utterly is God's command. And finally, it is the here to pray for a break in God's closed heaven. After the fire must come the rain. Judgment first, then mercy. See James 5 and verses 17 and 18.